Hey, welcome into the GASOCast. I'm your host, Ryan Massett, joined by Michael Timmons and Blues Tucci. It is Tuesday, September 7th. We got a lot on our plate this week. We're dropping rankings. We've got the GASO Fall Classic, and then we have Tops in Texas, of course, on Sunday. Blue, why don't you hit us with the news and notes?
Yeah, vacation's over. I mean, our September is packed. October is going to be packed. September 11th, we're at Duncanville and at Duncanville Fieldhouse and at Drive Nation this coming Saturday, and Tops in Texas on Sunday at Duncanville Fieldhouse. Download the Great American Shootout app. It's free, and it'll have the schedule for September 11th. Over 100 teams. A lot of great basketball and great players are going to be there. We're going to September 25th, we'll be in San Antonio, so looking forward to that. And then on September 26th, the very next day, at Mission Concepcion in San Antonio, we'll have our second Tops in Texas. Go and follow us at Texas Hoops GASO on Instagram and Twitter, and also on Instagram and Twitter at Texas Hoops TV. Let's just get right into the commitments of this past couple weeks.
Charles Chukwu committed to Tulsa. Thought that was a great get for Tulsa, and I think Chukwu, we haven't seen him often, but when we do, he's a really nice player.
He really stuck out during the TABC. I think we touched on him. Track and field guy too. He came out and was really a force in the middle of the paint for his high school team.
Austin Nunez to Arizona State, and well-deserving. Awesome with the ball in his hands. Our boss loves him.
Yeah, no, I think with Nunez, it was kind of played for a different couple of AAU teams this summer, and his kind of recruiting was pretty open. But what I've been hearing is that Coach Hurley built a really strong relationship with him and the family, so that's a good get, and I think both sides are super excited to make that thing happen.
As they should be. Jordan Mason to Texas State. That was an exciting announcement. Our office has been just pulling for that kid. We've liked him for a long time now.
Yeah, and Jordan, just talk about the relationship part. He built a relationship with the Texas State crew early because they were zoned in on him, and being only about 45 minutes away from San Antonio to San Marcos, it was just really the perfect fit for them, I believe.
Yeah, he played really well at the EYBL in front of their coaching staff multiple times, so Texas State really, like you said, liked him a lot, and I'm glad that for Jordan and his family.
Yeah, absolutely. Another Jordan Granberry of Richland High School, committed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Awesome fit. You know Coach Lutz personally.
Yeah. First year head coach Steve Lutz, he pinpointed Jordan as a guy that he thought that could lead his team in the future, and rightfully so. When Jordan Granberry goes to Richland, going to be there with Danny Henderson for another year as their Danny Henderson's their head coach, and he's just going to learn from one of the best. Jordan will, for sure.
Absolutely. We're going to transition into our GASO 2022 rankings. This class, incredible class. We have had some move outs, so there has been some shifting, but we're very excited about this rank. And yeah, without further ado, number one, Kason Wallace. I'd say without a shadow of a doubt, the guy has put together a resume that's pretty undeniable. You got the best guard defender. He can score the ball. He's a leader. He plays hard all the time. Rangy, athletic, can do everything you want on a basketball floor. Not to mention he's just a winner, and he just gets after it. It's as simple as that. Moving into our number two player, I'm going to pass this one to you, Mike. Arteria Morris.
Yeah, number two, Arteria Morris. I think consensusly the most talented and gifted player in this class. And maybe there's not a prospect more gifted and talented than him in the country. Explosive scorer, highlight guy, so fun to watch. Winner and leader. I think that's a very underrated part of his MO. He's going to be looking to win that state championship for Dallas Kimball. And I think he's right there, has a chance to be just one of the. When you look at this ranking right now with Kason and Arteria, I think Arteria has a chance to be really special and push Kason. And I think that's what you want in Texas with Arteria Morris.
Absolutely. Moving into number three, Blue, I'm going to pass this one to you. Anthony Black.
Yep, number three, Anthony Black, recently transferred to Duncanville. You talk about a guy that's going to push Arteria Morris and Cason Wallace. It's Anthony Black, and now he's transferred over to Duncanville, where he's going to get a ton of coaching. He's got to help be part of that next championship there. We're going to be able to see a lot from Anthony Black of how he's going to be able to play alongside 6, 7, 8 and other Division Ones. And so those things that Anthony Black can do on the court, handle the ball, bring it up through pressure, knock down the three, especially get to the rim using his long, lengthy athleticism. And then, of course, defensively, he can get after on the perimeter. And in spurts, you see this upside of like this big time ability. And hopefully that starts from tip all the way to finish, because he's got a lot to his game and to be very special.
Absolutely. The top 1, 2, and 3 will all be at the GASO Fall Classic this week, so we are looking forward to seeing those guys compete. Number 4, Terence Arsenault. This guy's Swiss Army knife. I could see him averaging, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks, 4 assists, 4 steals, whatever you want. Terence Arsenault can do. The guy's a winner. Absolutely incredible in the state championship. Obviously, we've hit on that a number of times, but that game is so easy to point to because he impacted the game in so many ways. People might just remember the shot, but quite frankly, he had 9 blocks, he had 12 rebounds, he had 25 points. He did everything that game, and that's just who he is as a prospect. And at EYBL, he was absolutely fantastic. So we think 4 is a really strong spot, and we are big fans of Terence Arsenault. I'm going to pass it to you, Blue, for number 5, Zuby Ejiofor.
Yep, and number 5, Zuby, he can really beat you in a lot of different ways. That size, the broad shoulders, the strength. He's a Kansas commit. He's going to fit right there in the middle of the paint to do the things that he needs to get done, and that is to defend, to get putbacks, to play with his back to the basket. Oh, and by the way, if you let him get open within the offense, he'll knock down that 15-footer. He'll take it to the rim, or he'll step out and knock down a 3.
Absolutely. Moving into number 6, Mike, Rylan Griffin, Cason's teammate.
Yeah, at number 6, Rylan Griffin. I think any given night, Rylan Griffin can be the best player on the floor. His confidence, his size, and his athleticism are why he's in this number 6 spot. We've seen him in years past. That group has grown up fast at Richardson, but with Rylan Griffin, you've shown that he can win games scoring the ball. Duncanville's had a lot of problems with him as a sophomore. He really almost ran through and won the state championship as a sophomore. But his shot making and his ability his first step is one of the best in the state and in the country. So I think he had a really big summer, and he's rolling all cylinders right now.
Absolutely. Number 7, PJ Haggerty. Blue, what have you got to say?
Somebody needs to stop this guy from scoring. and so right now at this high school varsity level, even on the Under Armour circuit, this guy went out and produced. When you thought that maybe he was going to get D'd up, that people are going to be able to stop him, he is very hard to contain, especially if he gets inside the paint, because we talked about the angles that he takes. TCU loves this kid and thinks that he's going to just be able to do so many things for them in the Big 12, and also being possibly their lead guard to bring the ball up and to do different things. I think PJ, until somebody can show that they can defend him and stop him, he's right there in the middle of that 22 ranking.
Number 8, Kyra Lindsay. Tim, I'm going to pass this one to you.
Yeah, number 8, maybe one of the biggest stock risers in the whole country, Kyra Lindsay. I was out there and got to see him at the Peach Jam with pro skills, and he was a walking double-double. And that was the first couple games, and he turned into a walking 20 and 10 guy. And he was playing against some of the best competition in the country, and every single day brought it. Toughness, finishes. He's a lefty, finishes with both hands. Hands are huge. Will probably be one of the biggest producers in the whole state of Texas. And he can run the floor, he can play within, he can pass it. Just one guy that's figured it out at possibly the right time, and has probably one of the hottest recruitments going right now.
Number 9, Keon Williams. We've hit on his game that he had on the state championship. He had 28 points and 10 rebounds. And that's kind of playing more of a role player role when he played with Southern Assault. And then I saw him at TABC with Mansfield Legacy. He is every bit the part. He can score the ball when you need him to. He defends. He's a physical player. He goes and gets rebounds. And he's just a get stuff done guy. He is a no-brainer college recruit, and you know what you're getting instantly with that guy, and he's going to bring it night in and night out. And to round up our top 10, Brendan Hausen, Blue, I'm going to pass it to you.
Yeah, Brendan, he has shown leadership. He has shown that he's going to be a 40% or higher three-point shooter at the next level. He's going to give you spot minutes of handling the ball to distribute it. Not a totally lead guard, but a guy that you can depend on at least to get it up the floor, and then him to go set up by running the lanes and getting off his shot off of like a staggered or any type of creating that room for him to shoot. I think that he's got a lot more to his game. And shooters are going to win you games, as we've seen throughout the NCAA. And so right there, sitting there at number 10, Brendan Hausen just does everything that you want from a perimeter guy.
That's going to wrap up our top 10. You got Keon Williams, number 1, Arteria Morris, number 2, Anthony Black, number 3, Terence Arsenault, 4, Zuby Edge, 4-5, Rylan Griffin, 6, PJ Haggerty, 7, Kyra Lindsay, 8, Keon Williams, 9, Brendan Hausen, 10. So moving into this next segment, what we're going to do is we're just going to hit on some guys that round out our top 150. And I'm just going to say the name, and we're going to discuss. Simple as that. Let's go. Lead Dort.
Lead Dort, you look at him and you look at just the all-around presence that he brings. I mean, this is a guy that's 6'10", that looks like he's about 240 pounds. I might be exaggerating by a couple pounds, but he's a guy that gets up and down the floor with ease. He gets his back to the basket. He's going to hit some of those little short-range point-blank shots, but he's more valuable when he's on the glass, getting the putbacks, and then defending it. It looks like he can, I'm 5'7". It looks like he can jump over my head when he's going to go block a shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
And what I like about Lee Dort is he has been working on his game, but he doesn't try to overdo anything. He knows what he is. But you do see him occasionally now scoring up and hit the mid-range and the short corner shots. So he knows that he is trying to work on different things, but he also knows why he's so valuable on the court. Run the floor, cleaning up the paint on the defense, and anytime he gets an offensive rebound, it's a dunk because he just knows how to get everybody out of his way. So yeah, Lee Dort is a guy, and I know Jake Stackhouse and Vanderbilt are so excited to get him on campus.
And I think I said I'm 5'7". I'm 5'6". I gave myself that basketball age.
I'm
5'6". I'm sorry. That's stuck in my head.
Moving into our next guy, I'm going to kick this one off. Jared Valencia, I think he is very, very interesting to watch because he's as a 6'7", 6'8", frames, long range. He can move. He can hit threes. I think he's a very interesting prospect. He has some really good offers. I only got to see him once at the TABC, but he is a guy that I'm really looking forward to following this season, and has a chance to, I think, be a pretty special prospect. What have y'all seen from him?
I think collectively we've all seen him 3 times. Yeah. So we were spread out at TABC. I think that you're getting maybe a little bit of some untapped potential there with him. Playing with Kuz Elite in the summer, now at Houston Legacy School. He's the kind of guy that you watch for his versatility, playing a little bit of a 3, maybe dunking inside as a 4 guy, getting putbacks. He hits the lane and he'll go finish with a tip dunk. I mean, he's very spectacular to just watch and just kind of see him grow as a player in the state of Texas in this 2022 class.
Yeah, I really liked how he got to the lane, like you said, and he is versatile enough to where I saw him get to the lane against a 4-man that he's probably quicker than, but then I saw him do it a couple of sessions later against a 3-man that was more his size and speed. So just his ability to get there and finish. And he kind of did it pretty effortless to me, and he really caught my eye at the TABC.
Absolutely. I'm going to throw this name out. Jalen Brooks, Round Rock High School. We'll get to see him hopefully in a couple of weeks. What do y'all think?
Energy, explosive, a lot of heart and passion is what I like about him. Yeah. We saw him a lot with that THP team, and we put them in a lot of big games. And he's a gamer, and there's nobody better to learn from than your older brother, Armani Brooks, who's carved himself a really big role in the NBA. The kid knows how to work. He can shoot it. He's athletic, crafty, and finishing. And like I said, what I just love about him is his heart and toughness. You want to go to war with this guy. And I think that's a really big intangible for him.
He wins a lot of games. When you go back and you look through the archives of how many varsity games he's played and how great Round Rock has been over the last couple of years in the win column, he knows how to bring that winning mentality to the court. And when you watch THP this summer, he was the one guy that they had to get the ball to get to the basket and to finish. And you should be able to key on that if you're a defender. But it was very hard to stop because he has such great athleticism for being, that 6'2" prospect.
Yeah, natural born scorer. He's very fun to watch. Donovan O'Day, another big stock riser. We're looking forward to seeing him this weekend. at the GASO Fall Classic.
Some good matchups.
Yeah, Mansfield Timberview. This guy, lack of a better term, is a dog. He just gets after it. He's tough, really good end, just like any other Timberview kid. They're cut from the same cloth. This guy, I've seen him have a game where he's hitting 5, 6, 7 threes, and then I've also seen him go punch one on somebody. So I love Donovan O'Day. He's been on our radar for a while now, and it's really great to see him put it all together. And he fit perfect with Urban.
No, for sure.
And he's very, very good player.
And tough.
Tough, yeah.
He was tough on both ends of the court, and he's not a guy that you have to give the ball to. He'll go make a play, whether it's that, just kind of sneaky and go and get a rebound, push the ball up court, get it to his open cutter going to the basket. He knows how to play the game, and then Dwayne Gregory's about to get him for the high school season. He's a prospect that could continue to climb the ladder.
Absolutely.
To follow in our theme of tough, you got Dorian Goodman, the Lancaster guard. Dude gets after it. He's going to take charges. He's going to be a leader. He's going to do everything right. Hits that mid-range pull-up. Love watching me some Dorian Goodman.
Yeah, and it's his turn.
Yeah.
And we all know that as a Lancaster lead guard, they set the tone for that program. And while I say it's his turn, he's learned and been a part of and been productive with, Wade Taylor. So he already has the experience, and I think he is itching at the bit to take over the lead role and the lead guard and lead that Lancaster team this season.
Lancaster kid, he's gonna play hard on both ends, because if you don't for Brandon Douglas, you're on the bench.
Yeah, not to mention that no one's been talking about them. They're sneaky this year. I don't think you want Lancaster sneaking up on you. Another guy, Devin Vincent, Mckinney, 2-guard for them. He has had some games where he's lit the world on fire. I'm really excited to see him against some just top competition, kind of playing that off-ball role and fitting in. I really enjoy watching Devin, and I think he sometimes goes underrated as a prospect just because of who his teammates are with McKinney.
And that's what I was going to say. He might not be the most notable name, but with McKinney, where they have some aspirations of state championships for sure this year. And I think if they, at the end of the year, if McKinney wins the state championship, he'll be one of the reasons down the stretch for making plays for that team.
Absolutely. Another guy that we saw late in the summer who we really enjoyed watching from Colleen Harker Heights, C.J. Evans. Dude, how many steals did he have in one game?
Oh,
8 or 9?
Him on defense, even with the ball, little jitterbug, and get to certain spots. I mean, he's perfect for this Colleen Harker Heights, who feels like they're going to be able to make a run at a district title. And CJ is going to be one of the main focus points of this team because he can handle it, he can score it, he gets inside the lane, hits little floaters, and he's going to play that 94 feet of hard-nosed, in-your-face run and jump defense.
Yeah, I think I told this story before, but I was filming another game at the Austin Round Rock GASO, and y'all were texting about this kid. And I was like, all right, let me go look and see what his defense, because y'all were like, he's had 8 or 9 steals. It took probably 20 seconds for him to pick it half court and go lay it up. And I got it on Tech Soups TV within a minute after that.
Miserable to bring the ball up again.
Yeah.
137, a very interesting prospect, David Martinez. He's had some injury issues the last 2 years, but we know the coach, David Martinez, coaches him up right. We saw David play a few times, the player, play a few times this summer. And he's got a lot to like. He can score the ball. He's tough. He does everything an Atascocita kid would.
And he's also, the weird thing about him is he's a coach's son, but he's also pretty crafty to the point where Brad from Ball Is Life really likes this kid's game. So you have to he knows how to be coached, he knows how to make the right play, but he has a lot of flair, and he's fun. And I'm just so glad that this kid's healthy, and I'm looking forward to him having a really full season at Atascocita.
Yeah, he was hurt last year. Didn't get to get a chance to play with the Atascocita, so he's gonna bring a lot of punch from the perimeter. He's gonna shoot a lot of threes. The
next guy I want to talk about, he was injured most of the summer. We got to see him at the tail end of our Keller GASO, and I'm just gonna pass it to you, Blue. Vinny Sagona.
Vinny is, I think that I would take Vinny, and I could probably take him and put him in a New York situation on the playground, and he could hold his own. He's pretty tough. I mean, he was injured, but he's a guy that's tough. I mean, he used to be starting quarterback, and so he brings that type of aspect to the basketball court. because he wants to guard the best player on the other team. He's gonna show you that, you know what, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna hit half of my 3-pointers on you. I mean, there's been times that we've seen him in games hit 6 or 7 3-pointers, and you know, he's just all of his effort he gives. He can be a ball handler. He can play off the ball. But you know what? At the same time, if you're not doing something right, he can pinpoint and tell everybody where to be on the basketball court. So getting him for a full season at Prestonwood, he's got the potential to be one of the best players, if not the best player in that TAPS.
Yeah, I love that. You know, we already talked about he can shoot it. He's leading, and he plays with a chip on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So when you include chip on your shoulder and being able to shoot it like he does, I'm a fan of him.
Yeah.
The single most efficient game that I saw last year. He was 6 for 7, 4 for 4 to the free throw line, 22 points. It was incredible. I mean, like you said,
A lot of swagger.
Oh, yeah, big fan of Vinny. Okay, that's gonna wrap up this GASOcast of our rankings. Make sure you go check out the best of the rest. We ranked the top 150, and then we had a best of the rest column. And that's gonna do it. Make sure you're following us on social media at Texas Hoops GASO. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.